this, but two things we took out of this is that the need to give guidance, receive guidance ourselves, and not allow people to use witchcraft on us. Teaching our children to make decisions, even as we ourselves become better decision-making people. And let me see the questions here, if there's any. All right, this is just talking about memory. We've shared different examples. I'll give you my own example. One other example came to mind. I don't know if that works here, but almost at the risk of being specific. The first time I resigned from being a pastor, it was because what I wrote in my resignation had to do with, and I said, hey, I can't stand the way people get spoken to, right? That everybody might be okay with it, but I am not okay with it. I'm paraphrasing what I wrote in my resignation letter, because I was in an environment where the head pastor just talks without caution to people, and that did not all go well for me. So that was one of my reasons for resigning. And the reply of the head pastor was that he cannot be cautioning himself or in his own church or something like that. But that's stupid, right? Because I've also seen that person have children, and that person doesn't talk to his own children that way, but talks to other people in the church that way. So the person can control him or herself, right? But just giving excuses, but we don't need to hold ourselves to a higher standard, and be sincere and be responsible wherever we find ourselves. Any question on that? And any question on that?
No question.
No question. You shouldn't have a question. I came too close on.
I have a question, but I know. So I know the answer.
All right, don't ask the question. I'll so close over that word.
I know the answer, so I know. But I think that person is changing. That person is slowly changing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes. Chidi, any question?
I say make Anne share the answer now.
Well, she might be offending someone if she does. So she knows the perfect example I'm talking to. I'm saying, so I don't want to be. Toba, you want to say something?
I wanted her to share it too. That's what I'm saying.
All right, what do you want her to share? Let me be the one to share. Don't let me put her into trouble.
You know the answer. So I was feeling like, okay, she can just the answer, so we learned from it.
Well, what I said was
there's no, and I don't think there's really an answer. But what I know is that so our head pastor is very blunt. He's always been like that, and a lot of people has left the church because of that, right? But like you have to hold people to a higher standard. You cannot just say whatever you want to say and say, okay, this is who I am. No, you have to be cautious in that our words hurt people. Some of the things that we say, you have to really think about what you say before you say it. You just don't say stuff, right? But I can see the grace of God changing that person, because he's not who he used to be. He's not. I mean, he has a long way to go, but he's not who he used to be. So he's changing. I feel he's changing, but he has lost a lot of people, but he's changing.
That's good. That's true. Did that answer your question, Chidi and Toba? Chidi and Toba, did that help?
Although I was having discussion, I came to a side. So, but we don't need to repeat. Good. I'll forget until I feel it and after.
All right, no problem. Toba, did that help?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the key thing is for each of us needs to be responsible to ourselves and to God. Right. You know, it's, and that's the only way to grow also. You see, I have a responsibility here. I got to do this with you all. I mean, if I talk anyhow to you, you have a
Not the
choice.
kitchen shoot all the way to.
You don't have to be here, you know. You can always stop coming if I talk anyhow to you, for instance, you know. I get to do a prayer meeting also. I get to transmit all of this on YouTube. You know, how he blesses and God bless people is a function of the way he hits them, you know. And so you can have all the anointing in the world, but if you're unable to communicate with people, your anointing is useless because your anointing is intent is to help people, right? So you have, like Paul would say, I became all things to all men just so I can reach them, right? So there's no excuse as to, oh, this is me or what. No, no, no. You're a marketer. You're marketing on behalf of God. A marketer looks at the customer and meets the customer where the customer is. So it matters. It's not the customer that will meet the marketer. It's the marketer that meets the customer, right? So we are marketers on behalf of God, you know, being ministers. But generally speaking, we market every day, right? I have a brand. You have a brand. Your brand is your personality. The way your personality is being received could mean success or failure for you because it could open doors for you or close doors, you know? So, and that's important also. All right, I'm going to close there. That's all I have. Unless you have any question or something